Good afternoon and welcome to Larry King Law's Langley Speedway Independence Day weekend. America's birthday, fireworks on the track, off the track. It's going to be a great afternoon and a great evening. Thank you to all the outstanding fans that are here this afternoon. And hello to everybody tuning in on social media, Facebook Live. You're tuned in to Larry King Law's Langley Speedway in Hampton, Virginia. Bojangles Bow Time qualifying coming up. I'm Brian White, and along with Adam Welbrock, we'll have the call for this afternoon's festivities. Adam is down on pit road, a little warm, but it's a great day to be at the track.
That's right, my friend. It is on the warm side here in the month of June, but we are ready to go racing here. It is fireworks race night. The Virginia Sprint cars are here, the fastest cars to go around the racetrack, 13, 14-second laps. Buddy, it's going to be a lot of fun from top to bottom, but first, it's the Bandoleros, the future of Langley Speedway. They're going to put on a show for 20. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's Adam Welbrock down on pit road. A beautiful day, so hop in the car. Come to Langley Speedway. Green flag, 7 o'clock, and you just heard from Adam. We're going to have a big fireworks display following this evening's races. You won't want to miss it. Now, if you're tuning in from somewhere in the middle of the country, maybe the West Coast or somewhere outside of the United States, be sure to tune in to Flow Racing live coverage, 7 o'clock Eastern time here this evening for the entire call of round 11 of the 2024 season. Hey, remember, on your way to the track, stop by Bojangles for some famous chicken biscuits and tea. We got a Speedway special 8-piece tailgate that feeds 4 for $21.99, and that comes with 8 pieces of chicken, 4 biscuits, 2 picnic fixins, and a half-gallon of iced tea. We're 1 mile from the track at 3351 Commander Shepard Boulevard. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all. Big thanks to Mike Vines and the entire team at Bojangles. Interact with us on social media. Tell us where you're tuned in and where you're watching from. Let us know who you're pulling for. We'd love to know. We're going to talk about you throughout the broadcast here this afternoon. Again, bright blue skies, puffy white clouds overhead, but a great day to be at the Speedway. We want you here in person if you possibly can. Tickets on sale at the box office when you get here on the property, or you can buy them right now online at langley-speedway.com. There you'll see all of the race results, point standings, latest news, and much, much more. And Adam, speaking of latest news, as our first division takes to the racetrack, this is the Cycle City Corp Bandoleros. Big announcement this week that Dale Earnhardt Jr. will be here for the Hampton Heat 200.
That's right, my friend. It's going to be a lot of fun on July 20th here in Hampton. Tickets already sold out for that race. Didn't take long for that to happen, but tonight we're going to have a lot of fun. And then again on July 20th, the Hampton Heat, the 16th annual Hampton Heat. Here, over 35 cars are going to be here in action. The second leg of the Virginia Triple Crown. Going to be lots of fun. Of course, the regulars, Connor Hall, Brendan Queen, just to name a few. Going to put on a show. Again, race fans, that's July 20th. At 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be on Flow Racing if you can't catch it, but we recommend you get here because it is going to be a barn burner for sure.
That's right, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. is competing in that event in his late model stock car, so it's going to be a great show. If you don't have tickets for it, it is sold out, so you'll want to tune in to Flow Racing at 7 o'clock, or maybe beg one of your friends who has a ticket. Maybe you can buy it from them, but that race is officially sold out for the Hampton Heat 200 on July 20th. All right, our Cycle City Corp Bandoleros on the track. These are the stars of today and tomorrow. Typically, they're under the age of 15. They can be as young as 8. And many drivers have gotten their start in this division. We think about multiple folks like Riley Music, who currently leads the modified point standings. Cody Bryant, who won last year's limited late models title. And what about Atlee Weiss? He's a phenomenal announcer and racer. He won in the Pro 6 Series last year. They all got their start in this series, the Cycle City Corp Bandoleros. Their last event, their round 4 of the season, was 4 weeks ago. That was the Z-Max Cars Tour night back on June 1st. So they opened up the month of June, and they'll wrap up the month of June. We are putting multiple cars on the track, 2 or 3 cars at a time. They'll get 5 laps. We'll take the best of their 5 laps on the track right now. Coming out of the backstretch into turn number 3, that's Jace Rogers, car number 3, the rookie competitor. Jace Rogers from right here in Hampton on the Speedway right now, working through turns 3 and 4. Jace Rogers, 21.818 seconds. Also on the Speedway, as Jace comes into the pits, it is Logan Furman. They both completed their 5 laps on the track. Logan's fastest lap was a 23.981 seconds for the driver from Yorktown, sponsored by Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling, Goods Automotive, Design Comfort Heating and Cooling, Alpine Roofing, Stonewall Collision, as well as Lee Barefoot Real Estate Team, Kyle & Sons Mechanical, helping support Logan Furman from Yorktown, as he'll bring his car to the pits as well. So 2 drivers have taken to the speedway as, again, we prepare for race number 5. Bryson Nichols leads the point standings by 10 markers or 10 positions on the racetrack over Nevaeh Edwards, currently P2 in point standings. Tristan Brunelli, Tuggy Case, your top 4, with Raleigh Rondeau actually tied with Tuggy Case in the 4th position. Of course, big points mover was Tuggy Case in car number 1 with the outstanding finish of 2nd in the very last event. All right, on the racetrack right now, working through turns 3 and 4, coming to get the green flag for the first of 5 laps. This is car number 89, Miley Smith. Miley Smith is on the racetrack right now, working back towards turns 1 and 2 for this young competitor from Seaford, Virginia, in the Larry's House Real Estate, VA 811, and Papa John's of Hampton Roads, helping support that young lady, Miley Smith, who is on the speedway right now. Also on the racetrack is the 00, that is Georgia Causey. Georgia Causey on the speedway right now. They call it Georgia Watermelon Causey for that young lady from Hampton in the Bridgman Underground, Goodies Deli, Fat Bellies, Smack Your Mama, Mama's Roses also sponsor that driver of Georgia Causey on the speedway. Right now, looking at the times, Miley Smith on lap number 2 will go to the provisional pole, 21.651 seconds for car number 89. As soon as I say that, Adam, Georgia Causey takes the top spot.
And how about these 2 young ladies in the Bandolero division? Georgia and Miley having terrific seasons. Miley had a slow start to her season. She was involved in a couple of wrecks. She was on Jack Dotson's show with me, and Scott and Jack and the whole gang this week said she's had some good speed this year, just not had a lot of luck in that number 89 machine, but it is sharp. And her and Georgia right now showing they are talented and fast. Georgia back to the top at a 21.301. Miley had a 21.350 this last trip around. Looks like they're going to get the white flag this time by. Miley shoots across the stripe. Can she take it back? Yes, she can. 21.088. So now it's Georgia's turn to answer. We'll see what the 00 can do.
Speaking of Jack Dodson, I'm looking at him right now. He's up in the tower, our good buddy. We'll get him on the microphone here in a minute. Jack Dodson with Jack Dodson's Racing Insider News with Scott Allen. And Adam, you're part of that show now every week as our pit reporter.
Yeah, it's such a great opportunity to be with Jack and Scott every single week. The Pit Road Roundup, as they like to call it, and we like to recap everything that happens, not just in the Southeast region, but specifically here at Langley, and it's so much fun to be a part of them. They have some awesome guests each and every week, and I've met so many people. Brian, I know you have as well when you've been on it. You meet so many people here at Langley and also throughout the Southeast region. It's a really great show to kind of endorse the fans into what's going on and make sure they're involved and know what's up to date of the top stories in auto racing all across the Southeast region, nationally and here at Langley as well.
That's right. I always tell folks you learn something when you tune in Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, Facebook Live for the Jack Dodson's Racing Insider News with Scott Allen. Miley Smith to the top in car number 89. Her fast lap came on the 4th circuit, 21.088 seconds for that Seaford driver. Miley right now is 9th in the championship standings. She does have 1 top 5 finish, a 5th place, her season best back on May 11th. Georgia Causey's currently P6 in the championship standings. She has 2 4th place finishes to her credit for this year. That's her best finishes. She got that at the season opener, and then again on May 11th, she's coming off an 8th place finish in the very last contest. All right, on the track right now, we do have Aiden Zedrick and Tristan Brunelli taken to the racetrack right now. So car number 38, that's Aiden Zedrick, working now down the backstretch over into turns 3 and 4 for car number 38. Also, the number 18 entry is on the racetrack, car 18. Right now, that is, again, Tristan Brunelli, right now P3 in the championship standings, coming off a 6th place finish back on June 11th for car number 18. So again, 5 trips around this 4/10 mile oval will take the best of their 5 laps, and that'll become the lap of record for their qualification effort as we set the starting lineup for the 15-lap feature, which will be coming up a little bit later on this evening. Our Cycle City Corp Bandoleros, they will be race number 4 on our scorecard here this evening. Aiden Zedrick from Raleigh, North Carolina, the Gills Crane Service, that helps sponsor that race car, as well as Milton's Pizza for the young driver out of Raleigh, the capital of North Carolina. So Aiden Zedrick, car number 38, is the fastest here on lap number 3. They're getting quicker as they come out on the speedway, 20.771 seconds. While Tristan Brunelli, as we look at that race car through turns 3 and 4, it looks like a throwback to the Kyle Busch Joe Gibbs Racing days as he makes his way here on the front stretch. You see those cars pinned all the way to the bottom. This is a 4/10 mile oval, 0.397 around to be exact. 6 degrees of banking in the turns, 2 degrees on the straightaway. So, Adam, the quick way all the way to the bottom.
And these young drivers, of course, anywhere from 8 years old to 14, 15, they are running wide open around here in these Bandoleros. May not look like much on camera, but I can promise you down here trackside, they are hauling the mail as they turn laps in the 22nd bracket. Aiden Zedrich to the top, 20.771. He's making his first Langley start of the season. Not a bad lap for the newcomer as he beats Brunelli by 31 one-thousandths of a second, Brian.
That's right. And speaking of car number 18, Tristan Brunelli, who's currently third in the championship chase, coming off some engine issues that they discovered in the last event. Also had that in practice. They were trying to button that up here today. We were walking down in the pits earlier this afternoon, so hoping they can get that corrected. Tristan Brunelli, again, a 6th place finish in the very last event. But prior to that, back in early May, Tristan came home with a podium finish, P3. So it's Aiden Zedrick making start number 1 that you just heard from Adam discussed a moment ago here in the 2024 season. Aiden is the fastest at the moment. Tristan Brunelli currently provisionally on the outside of row 1 with Miley Smith third and Georgia Kazi your top 4. On the racetrack right now, this is Penelope Carlisle in car number 38. Penelope making her way back towards turns 1 and 2. That driver is currently 7th in the championship standings, had her best career finish of 4th in the most recent race. So keep your eyes on Penelope Carlisle. Also on the speedway, the white 51 car, that's Andrew Sheffield. Andrew Sheffield on the speedway now from Newport News in the Slinger Speed Company, Coastal Flooring, and Jody Weaves sponsoring car number 54, who right now is currently 4th, knocking Miley Smith back to 5th. Andrew Sheffield, 21.055 seconds. But that young lady on your screen, Penelope Carlisle, on lap number 2, will take the 3rd spot, 20.846 seconds. And Adam, as they continue to circle this track, they're getting faster and faster. And speaking of faster, the 54 car is now on the top.
Yeah, how about the rookie Sheffield going to the top, 20.754 seconds. Brian, our top 4 separated by less than 1/10 of a second as things stand right now. Carlisle not able to improve on that last lap. She is 4th out of the 8 drivers so far. Sheffield, does he go a little bit quicker? No, slows down a bit as well. So it's Sheffield at the top. Zedrich is in 2nd, Brunelli 3rd, Carlisle and Miley Smith here, top 5. Top 2 separated by 17 one-thousandths of a second. Carlisle across the stripe goes quicker but stays in P4.
Andrew Sheffield coming off his best career finish of 5th place in the most recent contest. As we're watching him circle this speedway, the fastest, 20.748 seconds. That is nearly 2/100ths of a second faster than Aiden Zedrick. And Penelope Carlisle right now is currently 4th, and she'll go fast on lap number 5, staying in the 4th position. Her quickest lap was that last circuit at a 20.823 seconds. And for Andrew Sheffield, he will not pick up any time on his 2nd lap, but his first one was good enough to go to the top of the leaderboard. Car 54 is on top. And speaking of Penelope Carlisle, she is sponsored by 10-8 Solutions, Detailing World, My Logo Man, and Shepherd's Heating and Air for the Spotsylvania driver, car number 38 on the speedway. 8 drivers have made an attempt. Our next few cars are coming out right now here on the speedway as we are watching the Virginia Sprint Series Fireworks 200. That is the race here this evening. 9 events, or 8, I think make that 8 events in total. But we'll have the big fireworks show coming up at the very end of the evening. Going to be a great night here for round 11 of the 2024 season. Hard to believe we're at the end of June, getting ready for Independence Day, which will be next Thursday as we celebrate America's birthday. Nevaeh Edwards on the racetrack, 2nd in the championship standings, and the only driver other than Bryson Nichols to get a victory here in 2024. Nevaeh won back in early May for the driver of car number 02, Nevaeh Edwards, coming off a 7th place finish the last time these cars hit the racetrack. And Nevaeh Edwards lap number 1, 5th quick, 20.871 seconds. Also on the speedway, this is Tuggy Case in car number 1, Tuggy Case P6. Remember, Tuggy had the best career finish for that driver, 3 positions higher in the championship standings now, P4, when Tuggy crossed the line in the runner-up position. The yellow number 1 trying to round up and get some speed built in that race car. As we watch Tuggy Case so smooth in the bottom of the racetrack and so smooth, Adam, Tuggy Case is now your provisional pole setter.
Yeah, car 1 to P1 by 1/10.5. That's a statement from Tuggy Case right now, separating himself between he and Andrew Sheffield. Nevaeh is P4 as things stand right now. She jumps up to second, 20.617 seconds. That's 13 slower than Tuggy, and Tuggy just goes even quicker, 20.452 seconds. Another 1/10.5 in the bank. The number 1 has brought some speed today.
That's right, car number 1, the fastest by 0.2 of a second, 24.52, now by 1/10 of a second, as both cars take the white flag. Speaking of Tuggy Case and Nevaeh Edwards, they are currently 1-2, with car 1 of Tuggy being the fastest. Nevaeh Edwards just clocked in at 20.550 seconds as they continue to circle one more trip around this 4/10 mile oval, as they'll see the checkered flag. Tuggy Case, sponsored by Ferry Farm Repair and Master Graphics for car number 1. Tuggy Case here this afternoon. And Nevaeh Edwards, again, we talked about how she's got a victory here in 2024, but Tuggy Case is currently the fastest, 20.452 seconds. Nevaeh Edwards P2. Andrew Sheffield is currently 3rd. Aiden Zedrick making start 1 of the season 4th. And Tristan Bonelli round out the top 5. Still just a handful of cars left to go as we set the starting lineup for the 15-lap feature. Race 4 of 8 here this evening, so they'll actually come out a little bit later than they normally do. 7 o'clock start time. We'll crank things up with the Virginia Sprint Series as we welcome all the drivers and teams from that great traveling series. They were just recently down at Dixieland Speedway in Elizabeth City last Friday night, and what a race they had, side by side for the lead, almost lap after lap. In the end, the local driver, Darren Bollock from Moyock, picked up the victory. I talked to him just a little bit ago in the drivers' meeting. He's ready to go tonight, but he said keep your eyes on Billy Hubbard. He's the driver to watch. They'll crank things up again. Heat race 1 will start us up at 7 o'clock with heat race 2 following. And then we welcome also the Virginia Mini Cups. So good to have the Mini Cups back with us here in 2024. Bryson Nichols is on the racetrack, your current point standings leader, defending winner. He's got 3 wins here in 2024. Of course, Bryson Nichols gunning for that championship. He leads by 10 markers over Nevaeh Edwards. Bryson Nichols' car number 80 on the racetrack, trying to go to the top. And right now, car number 80 is 5th fastest as he works back here across the line. Bryson Nichols from Hampton in the Asset Auto Recovery and the Villas of Coventry sponsoring that young driver. Bryson Nichols 4th quick here on lap number 2, 20.719 seconds. He'll need nearly 0.3 of a second if he wants to get the top spot as we watch these cars circle it back through turns 3 and 4. Also on the speedway is car 00. Bryson Nichols across the line, seeing if he can find some speed. He does. He goes quicker on lap number 3, but it's still 4th fastest, 20.614 seconds. As we see the white flag coming out, indicating they are just about done. Also on the speedway now, P2, Riley Rondeau, and car number 99 on the racetrack. Riley Rondeau trying to make things happen here this evening. 4th, I'll make that 2nd quick for Riley Rondeau, 24.73 for car number 99. As we see the checkered flag coming out, can Riley go to the top in car 99? Survey says yes, Riley Rondeau to the top, 24.47 for car number 99. What does Bryson Nichols do? He goes faster on lap 5, but he'll stay provisionally outside of row number 2 in the 4th spot, 20.595 seconds. Car 99, Riley Rondeau. I talked with her and her family. They are the fastest here in Bojangles Bow Time qualifying. They are from Gloucester and the Slinger Speed Code, miles of seamless gutters, and the Jack Dodson with Scott Allen Racing Insider News sponsoring the 99 car of Riley Rondeau, who is the fastest. So what a race, or what a qualification effort, I should say, for young Riley Rondeau. So car 99 is the fastest. Just a few cars left to go. Maybe, Adam, just one more to go.
Yeah, it looks like this is the last competitor. How about our Bandolero field tonight, Brian? 13 cars. Again, these are some of the young stars of Langley in the Southeast region. Drivers anywhere from 8 to 14, 15 years old, ready to put on a show, and the field is absolutely stacked tonight. 5 one-thousandths of a second separating our top 2, about a tenth and a half separating our top 4.
Keep your eyes on this driver making his first Langley start. This is Landon Burbage. Landon Burbage from Washington, North Carolina. Talked with him and his dad. Of course, his dad has raced late model stock cars over the years at East Carolina Motor Speedway. But this young driver, very young, Landon Burbage, he has raced at Carteret, Southern National, Wake County, New River, Dominion. Already has 12 wins this year and has won a championship at Southern National. That is this year. In his won at New River and Carteret championship last year, 11 victories, and he is going to be a driver to watch. He had lots of winner circles, stickers that is, on the side of that race car. And lap number 2, Landon Burbage, third fastest, 20.453 seconds. Will he be the surprise driver making his first start? Can he get the pole? We're getting ready to find out. He still has a few laps to go. Landon Burbage outside of row 1, Adam, very quick.
I mean, he is just right there nipping at it. 5 one-thousandths of a second off of the pole on lap 1. Lap 2, 1,000th of a second separating our top 2, a 4.47 to a 4.48, and Tuggy's at a 4.52. 5 one-thousandths separating the top 3. Here comes Landon one more time, and he gets there. 20.452 is a new fastest cat in town.
Landon Burbage goes to the top as the white flag comes out. He still has one more lap. He doesn't really need to do it. He's the last driver to take here to the Speedway for this division. His very first Langley Speedway start. As he sees the checkers come out, he goes even quicker on lap number 2, 20.345 seconds. Landon Burbage and his dad Thomas watches on. They have done it in start number 1. And Adam, when I saw all those winner circles on the side of that car, I knew this was going to be the driver to watch.
Yeah, that's got to intimidate the weekly competitors here. When you see a new car come to town and it's decorated with winner stickers, that'll definitely get your attention. But a great lap for Landon. And race fans, again, this is race 4 on the evening. They're not going to start us off tonight, so going to be a little bit different. We'll see how these teams kind of cope with that, and I'm ready to watch them put on a show, Brian.
Me too. Landon Burbage has done it. Start 1. Qualification effort 1, the 3B car wins the Bojangles Bowtime Pole Award, clocking in at 20.345 seconds. Raleigh Rondeau will start outside of row 1. Tuggy Case, Nevaeh Edwards make up row 2. And Bryson Nichols, your current point standings leader and the driver with the most checkered flags this year, will start P5. Andrew Sheffield will fire off in 6th. Aiden Zedrick 7th. Trishna Brunelli 8th, 9th to Penelope Carlisle, and Miley Smith rounds out the top 10. Georgia Kazi will start from the 11th position. Jace Rogers rocks off from the 12th position, and Logan Furman will start 13th when we drop the green flag for the Cycle City Corp Bandoleros here a little bit later on this evening. 15 trips around this 4/10 mile oval. Again, hello to everybody on Facebook Live. Donald Brown, our Truck Series driver, he says, "What's up, Larry Kinglaw's Langley Speedway? Let's go." Terry Walter Fuller is tuned in. Gates Korbaszewski, another competitor here at Langley, not racing tonight, says, "Good luck tonight." And Donald Brown says, "Let's go all racers." Phyllis Y'all says, "Go Jace Rogers." Gammy is watching from the Sunshine State in Florida. And Jack Dodson, he's all the way one tower over, or one suite over. Good to see my buddy Jack Dodson. Kev Preston says, "Let's go, go." We also got John Krieger tuned in. Nevaeh gone, yet Heather Edwards. We also have Linda Satterling. She says, "How about that, Raleigh Rondeau?" Or actually says, "Yes, Raleigh Rondeau." And looks like we got somebody, Miss Hutchins, tuned in, says, "Let's go, Bryson." And Zach Beaver says, "Good luck, y'all." And he's going to see us next Saturday. To some of the folks tuning in to Facebook Live, let us know where you're tuned in from, and we'd love to interact with you. All right, so the champ this year already at Southern National has won the Bojangles Bowtime Pole Award for the Cycle City Corp Bandoleros. One division down, 4 more to go. Coming up next, we've got the Virginia Mini Cup. So good to have Brian Orvine and team back with us. I spent some time in the pits talking to quite a few drivers in that series, so we're looking forward to having them race with us here this evening. Going to be a great show for the Virginia Mini Cups. when they take the green flag coming up here in just a bit. They're going to qualify. We'll put a few cars on the racetrack, 3 to be exact. They'll also get 5 laps. We'll take the best of their 5 laps. Following the Virginia Mini Cups, who make their annual appearance, will actually be back a little bit later on this season as well. We'll have our Cycle City Corp Legends, followed by our VA811.com Pro 6s and our Larry King Law Modifieds. All of that is coming up here in just a bit from Larry King Law's Langley Speedway right here in Hampton. So glad to have you tuned in. So glad to have all these outstanding fans with us on a beautiful day. And again, if you're tuned in to Facebook Live, come on and join us here at the racetrack. 7 o'clock is the start time.
Liberty or well-being have been wrongly victimized. You can have confidence in knowing you have a strong, skillful, and dedicated legal team.
Larry King knows accidents and injuries. He knows the law, and he can help. Dial 757-INJURED for Larry King.
We have nearly 40 years of trial experience and have helped tens of thousands of people for all types of serious personal injuries, criminal offenses, and other serious legal matters. Larry King Law has the knowledge, experience, commitment, and resources to be your powerful advocate.
Serving homeowners in Virginia since 1970, Mr. Fix-It specializes in bathroom remodeling and gutter replacement.
Don't let much spoil your time outdoors. But are you spinning your wheels when it comes to getting rid of mosquitoes? Let Mosquito Joe make outside fun again for you and your crew. Mosquito Joe treatments allow you to enjoy your yard without the nuisance of pesky mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas. No more itching and scratching, and no more wasting time on smelly products that don't work. When you call Mosquito Joe, be sure to mention Langley Speedway and receive 50% off your first spray. Visit MosquitoJoe.com or call 855-ASK-A-JOE to get started. And remember to mention Langley Speedway. With Mosquito Joe, outside is fun again.
In the 60 seconds it will take you to listen to this radio ad, you could crack open a delicious Pepsi and start learning to play the electric guitar. Or the didgeridoo. You could take some photos worth untagging, wake up with face paint on. Or invent a new language you speak only with your 2 new best friends. Together you could adopt an exotic pet and name it Pepsi.
Oh, Pepsi. Oh, Pepsi.
In 60 seconds you could call up your crush and profess your love.
I'm in love with you.
But misdial and call your mom.
Honey?
BTW could LOL at your BFF ROFL because your BFF 4L TMI'd.
Dude.
You can run a 100-meter dash slowly. In 60 seconds, you could double Dutch jump rope on a trampoline faster than anyone's ever double Dutch jump roped on a trampoline before. Then upload the video, get a billion views, and achieve international fame in a tiny province of China you can't even pronounce. In this 60 seconds, you didn't do any of that, but you can now. So what are you waiting for? Grab a Pepsi and get out there, because now has never happened before, and it only lasts for now. Pepsi, live for now.
Hey, another benefit to being here in person tonight, you may have a shot at winning some tickets to the NASCAR Cup Series race at Richmond Raceway. They make their return this summer for the Cookout 400 weekend on August 10th and 11th, with the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series on August the 10th, and the NASCAR Cup Series back under the lights on Sunday, August 11th. Our friends at Richmond Raceway have donated a 4-pack of grandstand tickets plus infield fan grounds access passes to the Cookout 400 on August 11th for a lucky Langley Speedway fan to win here tonight. This package is valued at $400 and includes your grandstand seats for the NASCAR Cup Series race and infield fan grounds access passes that get you in the team's garages and up close for the pre-race driver announcements. Don't miss your chance to see the stars of NASCAR compete under the lights at Richmond Raceway August 10th and 11th. So, Adam, to win that, you got to buy tickets in our 50-50 raffle.
That's right, and so that means you have to be here, race fans. So if you want to win some tickets to Richmond, come on out and join us for the Cookout 400. Going to be a lot of fun, and of course, right now tonight, we're going to have lots of fun as well, Brian, because the mini cups are back, and they're going to put on a show as always. These are just like the arena racers that we used to see at the Hampton Coliseum and all throughout the Southeast region. They're here once a year. They'll also be here later in the year, October the 26th. So race fans, mark your calendars for that event as well. They're awesome to watch, super fun, and boy, they are so cool if you get a chance to look at these cars up close and personal. They look like little tiny Matchbox cars, but I promise you there's so much more to them than that.
They really are neat. I had a chance to spend some time this afternoon with Scott Sprouse, Racer X, and his son Zach Sprouse, who both compete. Of course, they've raced here, they've raced all over, and they talk about how cool these cars are. I saw how cool these cars are. They're 9-foot-long mini race cars with 6-inch Hoosier MC780s custom-made tires, internal parts, basically go-kart parts. They're interchangeable. But it's like setting, Adam, because these cars are so compact and so small. I asked the drivers, do you get like claustrophobic in there? It's very, very tight in there. But it's like sitting in a lazy chair because you are really leaned back, and it's just so much fun. They said to drive these cars. They are extremely quick, and we're watching them turn some laps right now. Again, we're putting 3 on the track at one time. They get 5 laps. Their best of 5 laps will be their lap of record. On the track, we're watching the 07 race car. That's Shane Zupo, who is the fastest. Shane Zupo. We've got Ronnie Snyder in car number 38 and Tyler Warner in car number 12. They are on the speedway. Tyler Warner right now is the current point standings leader by 2 points over Zach Sprouse, or Racer X, coming into this race here this evening. As they continue to circle the speedway, Zach Sprouse, again, is the fastest here in car number 07. And make that Shane Zupo. He is driving a Toyota Supra for SZ Racing. Hometown is Glen Allen, Virginia, sponsored by Clear Defense Pest Control and Butler Insurance. 2016 Arena racing winner, and has won at the Langley Modifieds, 8th in points for Shane Zupo. That's a familiar name, Adam, that we talk about week in and week out.
Yeah, Shane used to race Modifieds here on a full-time basis, and of course ran this race last year, so good to have him back here at Langley. And you mentioned it, Brian, he is quickest so far over the 3. Tyler Warner was last year's winner here at Langley in the Mini Cup division, so he's looking to back that up. He's already got a couple of wins this year at Dominion and Shenandoah, so looking to pad the points lead and get back to the top. He did just that, 20.326 seconds. Car number 12 back to the top.
Glen Allen, Virginia is where Tyler calls home, sponsored by Dwayne Buzak, Mortgage Mastro, Walsh HVAC, as he is a 2021, 2022, and 2023 Virginia Mini Cup Racers champion, over 30 Mini Cup victories, and won the 2009 VDKA championship. So a very talented race car driver, as Tyler Warner, current point standings leader, is the fastest on lap number 3. Shane Zupo, as Shane Zupo brings that car in the pits, as does everybody. He's currently second. And Ronnie Snyder in car number 38 is P3. Ronnie Snyder in a Ford Mustang for Schneider Racing also calls Glen Allen, Virginia home. Has wrapped it up here this afternoon for qualification. And right now, they'll be coming out a little bit later on this evening, the Virginia Mini Cup Series. They'll be out for race number 3, 25 trips around this 4/10 mile oval. And Adam, these cars, they are small, but they are so fast.
That's right. They're smaller than the Bandoleros that we just saw, but don't be fooled by that, race fans. These are not young people driving these race cars. They are full-grown human beings, and as Brian said, they fit in these race cars very, very well. And it's fun to watch them go around the racetrack almost flat out, if not fully wide open around this racetrack. They keep that pedal planted to the floor. Even with the lack of banking, they're able to haul them up through the turns and keep it planted on the straightaways. And awesome-looking race cars down here as we continue to work through qualifying. It's going to be fun to watch them put on a show. These guys always dice it up and get mixy here at Langley. They put on a show for us each and every time they're here. And as I mentioned, they'll be back later on in the season. So race fans, if you can't be here tonight, don't worry. The Mini Cups will be back October 26th. Can't wait for that as well.
Watching Johnny Shock and car number 34 cross the start-finish line from Chesterfield, Virginia, the AMX Leasing and Logistics Prince George, Georgia sponsored race car. Bubba Henley Racing is the team for car number 34. We're again talking about Johnny Shock. Right now, lap number 1, third fastest, 20.446 seconds. Nate Thomas also on the speedway in car number 7 circling the speedway, trying to get that car wound up and ready to go. Nate Thomas from Henrico, Virginia, is a 2-time race winner, 2020 Rookie of the Year. He is driving a Ford Mustang sponsored by Radio One, the G Law Firm, and Universal Real Estate, helping support car number 7, Nate Thomas, who is 5th fastest here at the moment. There's Nate Thomas midway down the backstretch, but Noah Matthews is the fastest in car number 11. Noah got that on lap number 1 for car 11, 20.296 seconds. As these cars are getting wound up and going even quicker as the laps begin to advance. But car number 11 is the fastest here early on at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. And as I say that, Noah goes even quicker on lap number 3. He is from Glen Allen, Virginia, driving a Chevrolet Camaro. He has done the 2023 VMCRA Rookie of the Year. That was last season for this series. That driver from Glen Allen and the V&M Mechanical Thorpe's Garage, the fitness machine sponsored car. Noah Matthews, lap after lap, is getting speed. Now Adam is the only driver to crack the 19-second bracket.
Yeah, he's in a division of his own right now. Noah, runner-up here a season ago. Who did he finish runner-up to? Well, that was Tyler Warner. As I mentioned, Tyler P2 by some margin, 3.5 tenths for car number 11. That is quite the lap for Noah, and it looks like his run is done. He's going to pull it into the pit lane and head back to the paddock area where they are staged. And we've got about 6 cars sitting down here in the pit lane. So about halfway through, 6 cars down, 6 cars left to go.
Qualifying rolling on, presented by Bojangles. Use your smartphone to order from Bojangles. You can schedule your pickup time so that your food will be as fast and fresh as possible. Make sure to select curbside pickup option when checking out. If you download the Grubhub app and search for Bojangles, all orders $30 or more gets $5 off. And if you spend $50 or more, you get $12 off. Bojangles, that's the place to be. 3 more cars rocking here on the racetrack, including Scott Sprouse at car number 98. Scott Sprouse taking to the green flag. Car number 74 is as well. Maybe having some transponder issues for that driver for car number 74. That's Jim Grady Jr. And also across the line is Wesley Warner at car number 18. Scott Sprouse across the line in car number 98. As we watch these drivers, Scott Sprouse is from Charleston, West Virginia, driving a Chevrolet Camaro. He is a former crew member for the Brandon-built Motorsports NASCAR Xfinity Series team. He is sponsored by Cowboy Jacks, Fredericksburg, and Matata Forensics sponsors car number 98. Across the line is car number 74, Jim Grady, 20.658 seconds, 5th fastest on lap number 2, I do believe, for car number 74. Again, that is Jim Grady Jr. from Goochland, Virginia, sponsored by Mini Cup Racing Supply. He was the 1999 MACA Rookie of the Year, and for this series, he won that same award in 2015, followed it up with the championship in 2016. He's a 9-time Champ Kart Series champion with over 131 victories in karts and mini cup features on both dirt and asphalt.
And I think there's yellow on the racetrack, Brian. So incident here in qualifying. We're going to take a quick pause for the cause as we work through the mini cup qualifying. I can't quite see the car. Not sure if you see anything from up there.
Looks like midway down the backstretch we have a car slowing. We'll verify that, but there is one car slow now over into turn 3 and 4. So not sure if that is the reason. But that car now rolling through turns 3 and 4 will make, I'm sure, the hard left down pit lane. And we'll get a look at that car here in just a moment as he does come back down pit lane. Looks like that's going to be the, I believe, the 18 race car making the hard left. So car 18, that's Wesley Warner, likely with problems as the other 2 cars do continue on. So we are under the caution flag, as you just heard from Adam Welbrock, who's down on pit road here this afternoon. If you're just tuning in to Facebook Live, or if you're just getting here to the racetrack, we are in the middle of Bojangles qualifying to set the starting lineup for the Virginia Sprint Series Fireworks 200 here this evening at Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. Back under the green flag, Jim Grady, 5th fastest, 20.658 seconds. He got that on lap number 1. As he circles there down the backstretch, working back to turns 3 and 4. The other car on the racetrack is the 98 of Scott Sprouse. Scott Sprouse turning some quick laps here as they both will continue on. And right now everybody's chasing Noah Matthews, who has set the fast time of 19.981 seconds. Tyler Warner is provisionally 2nd. Johnny Schalk is 3rd. And Shane Zuppo currently sets P4 as both of these cars begin to slow, and they'll make their way down pit lane. Don't forget, tickets on sale at langley-speedway.com, or you can get the tickets at the box office when you get here on the property. Green flag, 7 o'clock here this evening, and we've got a tremendous fireworks display. It's going to be a great time. And Adam, as I mentioned during the opening of the broadcast, I'm sure we're probably going to have some fireworks on the track, as this is short track Saturday night racing.
Oh, you know it, my friend. We always have fireworks here on the racetrack every single week. That's what makes Langley so awesome. Of course, every Southeast region racetrack also has their fair share of fireworks, but we've got double dosage tonight. As you mentioned, fireworks going to be launched all the way off from the outside of turn 2, and that's going to be again at the end of the night. They've got the area roped off, and they're getting set up, ready to go. It's going to be super awesome, celebrating America's Independence Day, and of course, it's going to be fun to watch all of the races on the docket. We've got mini cup, modified, bandoleros. I mean, we've got a little bit of everything tonight. That's what's so awesome about Independence Day weekend. We always have such diverse race cars out here. They all put on a show. They all have a lot of fun, and Langley just great place to watch racing on a Saturday night, but tonight in particular, my friend.
Indeed, this will be race number 4 of the 2024 season for the Virginia Mini Cup. Their first race came back on April 13th at Dominion Raceway, and that was race number 1 of the 2024 season. They followed it up in, looks like North Carolina at Orange County Speedway, and then their most recent event back on June 1st was at Shenandoah Speedway. So they're ready to rock and roll and give it a go here tonight in Hampton. Car number 33 is on the racetrack, making his best laps or best attempts. That is Harley Hatton circling the racetrack now. As again, we've got 3 more drivers giving it a go here this evening. Harley Hatton driving a Chevrolet Camaro from Chesterfield, Virginia, a 3-time Grand Stock Crew Chief champion. So he can turn the wrenches and go fast on in a race car as well. So again, we are wrapping up the Virginia Mini Cups Bojangles qualifying here this afternoon. The white flag is coming out for this, the 86 racing entry. Car 86, that's Zach Sprouse, who was the 2021 Rookie of the Year. Currently 4th in the championship chase this year. He does have a couple of years of racing and is 2nd in points last season. So he is a fast driver. Lots of talent ready to give it a go here tonight. Again, we're talking about Scott and Zach Sprouse. And I believe Zach Sprouse is on the racetrack right now as the 33 takes the checkered flag. So it's Zach Sprouse in car number 86 who is the fastest here. Zach Sprouse got that on the 4th lap at a 19.646 seconds. So car number 86 from Stafford, Virginia. Sponsored by Metadata Forensics, Cowboy Jacks in Fredericksburg for car number 86. Your 2021, as we mentioned, a Rookie of the Year for this series, and finished runner-up last season and 2022. Is an NASCAR College iRacing Series driver and a George Mason University Formula SAE team as well. So Zach Sprouse is the fastest. Noah Matthews right now P2. Harley Hatton is 3rd. Tyler Warner 4th. And Johnny Schonk rounds out the top 5. One more driver to give it a go here this afternoon. This is going to be car number 72 taking to the Speedway. I believe that's going to be Michael Burks from Glen Allen, Virginia. So Michael Burks is on the racetrack. And speaking about Zach Sprouse, who right now is the fastest here in Bojangles qualifying, he has won 2 of the last 3 races here. So Adam, I think that 86 car has figured out this racetrack.
Yeah, he's got it figured out for sure. And if I remember correctly, I think Zach might have been in the race last year, but he had mechanical problems before the race started. If our memory serves me right, we're going to give him a chance to get the safety gear off, but he's laid down a monster lap. Zach, that was a heck of a lap, buddy. Gotta feel good after the problems you guys had last year.
Yeah, no, it feels great. I love this racetrack. It's just absolutely great. Beautiful facility, beautiful track. It's probably my favorite track we go to this year. We've had some success here in the past. We kind of know where we lie with the setup. Last year, obviously, was frustrating having that mechanical issue. But hey, we won the other 2. So if signs show for anything, hopefully we got a chance tonight.
You guys are due for your first win of the season. How about that?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Anybody want to give a shout out to on this race car?
Yes, sir. So Metadata Forensics, a digital forensics company out of New Kent area, Virginia. They are the primary sponsor for this car. They do so much for us. You know, this wouldn't happen without them, honestly. And Cowboy Jacks, it's a bar up in Fredericksburg. Nick's Heating and Cooling, Rose 1 through 10 podcast. Cutting Edge LLC, everyone who makes this thing happen. All the associates, all the primaries, just everyone who makes this happen. I can't appreciate it more.
The Dark ready to go tonight. Zach, great lap, buddy. Congratulations. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Zach Sprouse, your pole sitter for the mini feature, Brian, the 86. Lights out fast here this afternoon.
He certainly is. Keep your eyes on Zach Sprouse as we've got one more driver to wrap this one up. We talked about that being Michael Burks at car number 72 off the Speedway, working now very high on the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. He'll see the checkered flag from Shane Snyder. as he'll throw it out there now, and his lap will be done. 23.313 seconds for Michael Burks, as we've got the driver who won the 2021 and 2022 Virginia Mini Cup race. That is Zach Sprouse. He's the victor for qualifying. He'll start P1 on the pole in car 86. Noah Matthews will start to his right elbow in the outside pole. Row 2 will be Harley Hatton and Tyler Warner, and Johnny Schock will fire off in 5th spot. Starting 6th will be Shane Zuppo, a Langley modified racer in the 07. P7 is Jim Grady, Nate Thomas 8th. 9th to car number 18, Wesley Warner, and Scott Sprouse rounds out the top 10. 11th is Ronnie Schneider, and 12th is car 72, Michael Burks. Cycle City Corp Legends are coming up next here this afternoon, as we do have some more folks tuning in to Facebook Live. Lisa McFadden Satterley, she's here in the outside pits having some fun. We also have Cheyenne Moore White tuned in. Kelly Ferguson says, "Go Tyler." And we've got Daniel Snyder, that is, says he cannot wait for July 20th. This year's Hampton Heat is going to be amazing. And Daniel, we couldn't agree more. And Adam, we talked about that earlier. Hard to believe. Well, not really. It's not hard to believe, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. will be racing in that event. And oh, by the way, the event is sold out.
That's right. It took a matter of, I believe, 4 days. He announced it on Monday, and I think the track announced on Thursday that the place is sold out. Absolutely slammed for that race. Some up-and-comer in the late model series, Dale Jr., I think I've heard of him a time or two, going to race here with the Junior Motorsports team. And, of course, Carson Quaffle going to be here as well. Brendan Queen, Connor Hall, Bobby McCarty, just to name a few. The weekly regulars here at the Cars Tour also going to come back and put on a show as they did June 1st. And I believe we have over 35 cars is what I'm hearing as of right now. That's not official, but upwards of 35 to 40 cars registered for the race. It is going to be an awesome night all around.
Cannot wait for July 20th. If you don't have your tickets, you will be able to tune in to Facebook Live for live flag-to-flag coverage of the big race. And, of course, that's part of the Virginia Triple Crown. Race 1 is tonight at Sobo. South Boston Speedway is preparing for their big event here this evening. Will be the second leg of the Virginia Triple Crown next month, and then it wraps up in the month of September at the legendary Martinsville Speedway for the Valley Star Credit Union 300. All right, so it's got a lot of fun coming up. And, hey, speaking of Brendan or Butterbean Queen, big congrats to that driver and team. He made his second NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. Of course, the debut was up at North Wilkesboro Speedway earlier this year. They raced last night. How about that in Nashville? He came home with a top 20. That was their goal, and they hit it. They finished 19th. And, oh, by the way, he's racing tonight, getting set to go at South Boston Speedway. So big hats off to that driver and that team. All right, we've got the Cycle City Corp Legends coming up next. They're getting in position. Following them, as we continue on with Bojangles qualifying, it'll be the VA811.com Pro 6s, and then we've got the Larry King Law Modifieds. All of that coming up on a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Hampton. We are getting a green flag as we get set for round 6 for the Legend Series, the very fun series where some of NASCAR's superstars got their start at tracks like the quarter-mile Charlotte Motor Speedway and Atlanta Motor Speedway. These are 5/8 scale replicas of the American automobiles from the 1930s and 40s. As we're watching first car up, this is Tommy Jackson Jr. on the speedway in car number 87. Tommy down 1 spot in the points after he finished in the 11th spot. Was down there talking with his crew, and they had a late race problem the last time out. He was shoved out of the groove at the end of the race and got freight trained and did not get the finish he wanted. He tried to protect the car so he didn't get it torn up. But Tommy Jackson Jr., driver to keep your eyes on, he has wins here this season. He opened up the season with 2 victories, and he's coming off of that very frustrating 11th place last time out. Tommy Jackson Jr., 17.923 seconds for car 87 to open us up here this afternoon. Tommy Jackson Jr. is down in the pits. Next up on the speedway, this is car number 33. We're talking about Colby Flowers. Colby Flowers on the speedway. He's not running full time. I just talked with him earlier. He actually lives now. He's from Williamsburg. That's where his family's at, but he lives in Columbus, Ohio. Just graduated from the University of Tennessee in supply chain management and will make his start here tonight for the season. He's actually had 1 race prior to this one in 2024. Good to have him back in town. Colby Flowers, P2, 17.943 seconds. He was just 5/100ths of a second off the mark from Tommy Jackson Jr. So 2 drivers, now the 3rd driver on the speedway on his first of 2 flyer laps. This is Cody Carlton. Cody Carlton from Camden, North Carolina, car 11. He's no longer the bridesmaid. He's become a winner here in Hampton. He's picked up 2 checkered flags in 5 starts this season and leads the championship standings and his quest for his very first title. Cody Carlton, again, keep your eyes on that driver. I was down there in the pits talking with his team as well. So Cody Carlton, going to be fast here this evening at Hampton. Cody Carlton here, 3rd quick at the moment. Cody Carlton here is 18.018 seconds for car number 11. So we're early on in qualifying. Ryan Micah is on the racetrack in car number 16. Ryan Micah, his first full-time season. He's made every start here this season, raced a couple of times last year. He wants to give a big shout out to Steve Hancock and Cody Carlton for helping him out. They were down in the pits prior to qualifying, enjoying some walking tacos. I was talking with his mom as well. Adam, what's your pre-race food? I mean, walking tacos are amazing.
I don't know if you can beat the redneck fries, buddy. I mean, they're up there. Come to Langley race fans. If you've never been here, you got to try the redneck fries. And of course, now we have the redneck burgers on sale as well. So get you one of each. Come on out and have a good time. Enjoy a nice cold Pepsi product or an Anheuser-Busch product if you're of age, and have a great time. But man, we might have to add some tacos to the list, buddy. Now you're making me hungry.
I'm telling you, good stuff. And you're right, Pepsi Cola products. Pepsi, the official soft drink of Larry King Law's Langley Speedway. And if you're here on the property, you got to check out those refreshment stands for something hot to eat or cold to drink. And they also have the souvenir stand adjacent to the refreshment stand. All right, we were just talking about Cody Carlton. Want to wish a happy birthday to his spotter and his girlfriend, Jessica. Happy birthday. And she said, hey, he's got to win tonight because it's my birthday. So we'll see if he's able to do that. But I wouldn't count against that because I'll tell you what, Cody Carlton does have 2 victories back on May 4th and May 11th. We talked about Ryan Micah. He's 4th at the moment, 18.119. Ryan Cooper, car number 95, is on the speedway. Ryan Cooper is 5th quick, 18.408 seconds for car number 95, 8th in the championship standings. He now has a total of 3 top 10 finishes with a season best of 9th. So 6 cars are on the racetrack, or have taken, to the racetrack, including Jake Harberts here in car number 80. Jake Harberts is 5th in points, tied with Devin Courtney. He is coming off a 12th place finish, but prior to that, he had 2 consecutive top 5 finishes with the best of 4th back on May 4th for car number 80, Jake Harberts. Jake Harberts coming across the line, takes the checkered flag. Harberts will slow down on lap number 2, so he'll stay slotted in the 5th position for car number 80. Again, Jake Harberts on the speedway from Florida, 2-time BDKA champion and a 2-time HRKC champion, sponsored by On Point Hair Salon. Coming on the racetrack to take to the white flag, indicating 1 lap is in the books. 1 more to go. This is going to be Virginia Beach's Mason Weekly in car number 48. Mason Weekly on the racetrack. Nickname, Fast Lane. Mason's middle name is Lane. How about that? Sponsored by Revolution Mortgage, the Sandcastle home team, Nanny, Uncle Daryl, and Aunt Tammy helping support that driver. Mason just is only 12 years of age, started racing at 5 here at Langley Speedway, as Mason Weekly is currently 6th on the leaderboard, 18.276 seconds for car number 48. All right, here is a very talented race car driver, a 3-time champion in this Cycle City Corp Legends. His most recent championship came in 2022, but he's winless since then. We're talking about Spencer Saunders in car number 7, Adam. Always a driver to watch.
That's right. He's always a driver to watch when he's here at the racetrack. Been a tough season for Spencer. Has been involved in a couple of wrecks and not had the luck go his way for sure. Tonight he hopes to reverse that and get back to victory lane. As you mentioned, it's been a couple of years. Spencer right now on the racetrack running quick lap times. Where does he stack up? P5 at the moment, 18.157 seconds. Our top 3 separated by a 10th. Tommy has 2 100ths over Kobe Flowers. Cody Carlton is 3rd. Ryan Micah sits in 4th, and Spencer Saunders, his second lap was a little quicker, but he stays in P5.
Spencer from Carrollton, Virginia. will bring his car to the pits as he has qualified 5th at the moment. Next up, this is going to be Devin Courtney in car number 17. White flag for Devin Courtney. P7, 18.183 seconds for car number 17, as he'll dig for a little bit more through turns 3 and 4 in the S&M Automotive Matthews Designs race car. He's from Hampton. Devin Courtney will knock Jake Harberts back to 7th. That's because he'll take over the P6 spot for car number 17. Devin Courtney, who's tied with Jake Harberts for 5th in the championship standings. His best finish is 5th back on May 4th. He'll bring his car to the pits as we got just a few more cars remaining for the Cycle City Corp Legends. They'll be out for race number 6, 25 trips around this 410 mile oval. Andrew Hund is on the racetrack in car number 21. Lap 1 is P10 of 10 drivers for the driver out of Norfolk. Again, we're talking about Andrew Hund on the speedway. Andrew Hund is 9th in the championship standings. His best finish this year is 8th back early last month. Andrew Hund will stay in the 10th position, although he does pick up some speed on lap number 2, 18.563 seconds. The fast car here at the moment is Tommy Jackson Jr., 17.923 seconds. That is the lap of record. That's what everybody's chasing here at the moment. Next up, this is going to be Ted Zarpis, who's driving the 41 race car. Ted Zarpis running for Rookie of the Year honors. Currently, he's 2nd in that chase as lap 1 is done, 20.080 seconds for car 41. And Adam, like we see in the Woody Howard car, very familiar paint scheme.
That's right. They're running the old school throwback to the 41 machine, the Wood Brothers colors for the 41. Unfortunately, not the lap they were looking for. It might be a problem with that car. 20.080 on the stopwatch. Some 2 seconds or plus off the pace. He only ran 1 lap, so we'll see if Zarpis is able to race later today. Right now, JP Peisel is on the racetrack, the 12th car to take a lap.
JP Peisel on the speedway, currently 13th in points. This will be just his 3rd start of the season for car number 96, as he'll work back towards turns 3 and 4 to get the white flag. And let's see what he puts on the board for JP Peisel. 10th quick, 18.431 seconds for the driver out of Portsmouth, sponsored by the Reva Wilkins Photography After Hours Meat Processing, helping support JP Peisel. He is about a lane and a half up on the speedway. You want to try to keep the car tucked to the bottom. His car may not be handling to his liking. He'll go a little bit slower on lap number 2. JP Peisel, again, 10th thus far. All right, here's somebody to watch on the speedway. We're talking about Charlie Beals in the 5B car. He's sponsored by 860 Motorsports and RJ Roberts Painting, the 7-time kart racing champion. He's currently 2nd in the season-long points war and is ready to get back to a podium finishes after 6th in the last race on the last time out. That was his deepest finish of the year. In total, he has 3 runner-up finishes this season. He's been so close to winning. It may just happen tonight. So keep your eyes on Charlie Bills. Again, he had some victories last year, 5 to be exact, the most of any other driver. So Charlie Bills will go all the way to the front row, but it'll be on the outside pole, 17.941 seconds, P2 provisionally for Charlie Bills. Michael Zarpis is on the racetrack right now in car number 1. Michael Zarpis working down the backstretch over into turns 3 and 4. I believe this may be his very first start of the season. Actually, I'll correct myself. This will be his first start in the 1 car, as he has piloted the 21Z. But overall, this will be his 4th start in 2024 for Zarpis. Michael Zarpis, lap 1 is a 19.897 seconds. Here he comes through turns 3 and 4. Checkers are waving for Michael Zarpis. And he'll slow down on lap number 2, so he'll stay positioned in the 13th spot. That'll wrap up Bojangles bow time qualifying for the Cycle City Corp Legends, and Tommy Jackson Jr. back to the top for car number 87. We documented how he ran out of line at the end of the race last year, was freight trained, finished deep in the field to protect his race car. He'll fire off in the 1st position here this evening.
Yeah, back at the top for car 87. Tommy, hold your breath there for a quick second. The Charlie Beals machine gave you a run for your money, but it wasn't enough. How was the lap?
Oh man, it was good. We bolted on race tires. It won't quite where we wanted, but it was still good enough to get the pole. So we're gonna make a couple more adjustments for race, and hopefully we're giving the sunsets.
Yeah, can you guys get it done tonight? It's been a while since you guys have been to Victory Lane, but how do you feel about your chances tonight?
Pretty good, man. We were off a couple weeks, and then we got the car back right, and just kept getting screwed. So we get some luck, get the car right, and it'll be all right.
All right, thank you, buddy. Congratulations. Tommy Jackson, your pole sitter for the Legends Division tonight, Brian.
How about it, Tommy Jackson Jr.? Lap 2 was the fast lap for that driver. He won the pole by nearly 2/100ths of a second over Charlie Bills. He'll start to his right elbow. Kobe Flowers will start third. Cody Carlton fourth, and Ryan Micah rounds out the top 5. Spencer Saunders will fire off outside of row number 3. Starting 7th will be Devin Courtney. Jake Harbert's 8th. 9th to Mason Weekly, and Ryan Cooper rounds out the top 10. J.P. Peisel will start inside of row 6 with Andrew Hunn beside him. Michael Zarpis and Ted Zarpis make up positions 13 and 14. Hey, we do have a silver car, license plate GCIVN. It is not parked correctly. It's in a wrong spot. So if you'll please move that car. Again, it's a silver car, license plate GCIVN. If you'll move that car, we'd greatly appreciate that. All right, 2 more divisions to go, including our VA811.com Pro 6s. And we've got those thunderous Larry King Law modifieds. They are coming up next.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. 3 things are required in the great outdoors: food, drink, and shelter.
Hello, I'm Sarah McLaughlin. For just dollars a day, you can help helpless animals find shelter.
Wrong shelter, Sarah. Also, that's a wolf. Head for the mountains.
Since 1966, the Center for Apprenticeship and Adult Training has served as an affordable and valuable post-secondary educational resource that connects adult technical training to the current and future economic and workforce development needs of the Virginia Peninsula. The Center is committed to the objective of providing sequential and comprehensive career and technical training so that our area adults may obtain life-enhancing skills that will increase their ability for both initial and continuing employment in an ever-changing job market. Currently, apprenticeship and adult training classes are held at both the Hampton and Newport News campuses, as well as on-site throughout the greater Hampton Roads area. If you'd like more information, you can always call us at 757-766-1101 or visit our website at www.nhrec.com/CFAT. That's CFAAT.
Countertops from quartz, granite, marble, quartzite, and soapstone. MGL Granite is recognized as Hampton Roads' premier countertop fabricator and has built its reputation on impeccable craftsmanship. No exceptions. They provide the largest selection of premium quality materials in Hampton Roads. They'll suit a multitude of applications and design variations. Whether you're looking to upgrade your kitchen counters, remodel a bath vanity, or design other unique stone surface applications, they offer the finest quality work on time at competitive prices. Call MGL Granite today, 757-522-0387. MGL Granite.
Taylor Waste Services, locally owned and operated, still providing old-fashioned customer service. 11, 20, 30, and 40 cubic yard roll-off containers for construction debris, industrial waste, yard debris, and most types of non-hazardous waste. Trash compactors are available, and flexible hours with Saturday pickup available when needed. Located in Hampton and serving the entire Tidewater area. Competitive rates, they take Visa and MasterCard. Call now, 723-1131. Taylor Waste Services. Service is what they sell.
Watching now are VA811.com Pro 6s, and we have the first taker to the racetrack. This is car number 39. He was quick in practice, Jackson Bone. Jackson Bone from right here in Hampton, the Coffee's Lock Shop, Bird's Restaurant, Pro Vinyl, Positive Mind Fitness sponsored race car, also the Roan family. Jackson Bone working through turns 3 and 4. Lap 1 was 19.054 seconds. Lap 2 even quicker, 18.813 for car number 39, Jackson Bone. Jackson Bone coming off his best finish of 3rd in the very most recent event back on June 15th. So his first podium finish, P3. Steve Rabenstein is on the racetrack right now. He'll be your second qualifier. He pilots car number 11. Picosin is home for car 11. The first race ever was last season. He's sponsored by TJ Sports Tavern, and he's here for the full season and running for Rookie of the Year for Steve Rabenstein. Car number 11, lap 1, 18.813 seconds. Adam, I think this is the second straight week in a row we've had identical times.
Yeah, these guys got to go buy a lottery ticket, man. That's impressive. Second straight week in 2 different divisions. Lap times are identical, and of course, now they're not. Rabenstein goes even quicker, 18.574 seconds. But I got bad news for both of them. We got a guy on the racetrack named Travis Wall. I think he's pretty good in this division, Brian.
He is. He's from Chesapeake, our defending and 4-time champion. He won 9 of 10 races last season, and he has won all 3 events here in 2024. Travis Wall, sponsored by Crossroads Cleaners, and the 33-year-old who can do no wrong, well, he does no wrong today. He goes all the way to the top, 17.248 seconds, over a second quicker than car number 11, Travis Wall, on rails. Car 44 across the line, even faster on lap number 2, 17.221 seconds. I mean, how would you like that stat, Adam? 3 races, 3 wins.
Yeah, we call him Mr. Pro 6 out here in the Pro 6 division, the Virginia811.com Pro 6 division, and that's exactly why. I mean, the guy is just on fire every time he hits the racetrack. He's the only driver below 18 seconds and might be the only driver to be there all afternoon. That 44 car is just spot on tonight. He's looking to extend the points lead, and we'll see how he can do it. Right now, it's Chris Bechtel on the racetrack in car 67.
Chris Bechtel, I was talking with his dad, John, earlier. Of course, John, the very talented photographer here at the racetrack. They're ready to give it a go. Chris Bechtel from Hampton in the While You're Out commercial cleaning, black acid, miles of seamless gutter, and the Jack Dodson's Racing Insider News with Scott Allen helping support car number 67. Chris Bechtel, lap 1, third quick, 18.660 seconds for the driver that's third in the championship chase. He's got a couple of top 5s, including a season best of third at the season opening event, and he had some mechanical issues the last time out 2 weeks ago, finished up P8. Chris Bechtel a little slower on lap 2, but he is slated inside the second row, P3 provisionally. Few more cars to go for our VA811.com Pro 6s, including this driver, Nick LaMarche, in car number 48. Nick LaMarche right now up 2 positions in points with a 4th place finish in the most recent contest. That was his best finish for car number 48. He is 1 point ahead of Chris Bechtel, who sets P3 in the championship chase. Checkers are in the air for Nick LaMarche. He'll knock Steve Rabenstein back to third because car 48 will take over the second spot. 18.560 seconds for car number 48. So how about it? Great lap for Nick LaMarche, provisionally second spot. Car number 21 is on the racetrack. This is going to be Ray Roman. Ray Roman on the speedway making his second start, finished 7th in the most recent event a couple of Saturday nights ago from Suffolk in the GE Lowline, Cattles in Ahoskie, North Carolina, and the Berry Corporation also in Ahoskie sponsoring Ray Roman. Ray Roman across the line in car number 21. Checkers are waving, and Ray Roman will go quicker, 5th fastest, 18.758 seconds for car 21. So that's going to wrap it up for the VA811.com Pro 6s, and Travis Wall gets it done again. He'll take the Bojangles Pole Award with a time of 17.221 seconds. Lining up beside him will be Nick LaMarche in car number 48. Row 2, Steve Rabenstein in car 11. Chris Bechtel in the 67 entry. He'll roll off in the 4th position. Ray Roman, P5, and Jackson Bone rounds out the field. For our VA811.com Pro 6s, they'll have 25 times around this racetrack for race number 5 coming up this evening on the Virginia Sprint Series Fireworks 200 at Langley Speedway. One more division to go in qualifying. Now, we will not qualify the Virginia Sprint Series, although we've got several Virginia Sprint Series drivers that are with us tonight, including John Smith from Brightwood, Virginia, Caleb Harris from Harrisonburg, Virginia. We've got Gerald Harris from Dayton, Virginia, Matthew Leach from right here in Hampton, Chris Humblett from Shiloh, North Carolina, as well as Jimmy Humblett. We've got Billy Hubbard from Cobbs Creek, Virginia. He's the driver to watch. So a couple of drivers have told me here today. Jacob Wood from Providence Forge, Virginia. Chris Ware from Williamsburg. Darren Bollock from Moyock, North Carolina. Matt Mullins, who is from right here in Hampton, and Aaron Leach, also from Hampton, will be racing with us tonight. Again, they will not qualify. They will heat race, 2 10-lap heat races. That'll be the first events of the evening, and then their main event, a 25-lap race, will be the 7th event this evening. Again, one more to go. It's those thunderous Larry King Law Modifieds. They are coming up next.
Injured in an accident? Dial 757-INJURED for Larry King. We are dedicated to helping people whose health, safety, liberty, or well-being have been wrongly victimized. If you or a loved one are injured, call now. Dial 757-INJURED for Larry King. You need a strong, skillful, and dedicated legal team. Larry King knows accidents and injuries. He knows the law, and he can help. Protect your rights. Call now. Dial 757-INJURED for Larry King.
It's bow time at Bojangles. How do we know our chicken is seasoned to perfection? Because you keep coming back for more. Head to Bojangles for fresh, never frozen chicken that's been seasoned to perfection, marinated for 12 hours, and hand-breaded not once, but twice. And when you buy an 8-piece box of chicken, you'll always get 4 biscuits absolutely free. So head back to Bojangles and pick up the chicken we're famous for, and the biscuits we're famous for, and our legendary teeth. We're also famous for our teeth. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Mosquito Joe knows that race fans don't let much spoil your time outdoors. But are you spinning your wheels when it comes to getting rid of mosquitoes? Let Mosquito Joe make outside fun again for you and your crew. Mosquito Joe treatments allow you to enjoy your yard without the nuisance of pesky mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas. No more itching and scratching, and no more wasting time on smelly products that don't work. When you call Mosquito Joe, be sure to mention Langley Speedway and receive 50% off your first spray. Visit mosquitojoe.com or call 855-ASK-A-JOE to get started. And remember to mention Langley Speedway. With Mosquito Joe, outside is fun again.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to Facebook Live. We hope you can join us in person for the tremendous racing on the track and the big fireworks display here this evening for Independence Day weekend. All part of the Virginia Sprint Series Fireworks 200 coming up tonight. Stephen Riley is tuned in. Raymond Haynes, hey, he works with us on the cameras from time to time. Of course, we send our best wishes to the drag star racer Lizzie, who passed away recently this week. We also have Mike Rowland. He says, hey, bought my tickets for the second. I got the news about the big race coming up, the Hampton Heat 200. He knew it was going to sell out, and indeed it did. Daniel says, we talked about him earlier, he'd love to see the closer Harvick here for the Hampton Heat. That would be fun. Looks like Jessica Frederick says, go Jackson, speaking of Jackson Bone. And also tuning in is Claudette Lynn says, go Nick, as she supports Nick LaMarche. So thanks for tuning in to Facebook Live. Remember, the action here at the racetrack cranks up at 7 o'clock, so hopefully you have time to get here to the racetrack. Go ahead and get your tickets before you get here at langley-speedway.com. If you don't, no worries. They'll have them on sale at the box office. Again, 7 o'clock here tonight. But if for some reason you can't get here in person, Flow Racing will have live flag-to-flag coverage. Again, 7 o'clock Eastern time tonight, or a little more than an hour from right now. All right, the modifieds are on the racetrack getting some scuff laps in, Adam, as they got to heat these tires up on a warm Saturday. But then they're going to bring them back down pit lane, and we'll pull them all out one at a time to go qualifying.
That's right, just building some tire heat into those Hoosier tires underneath these race cars, and we'll pull them down the pit lane and send them out one at a time, as you mentioned. And it's going to be a fun night of racing. Just one race for the modifieds tonight, a single 50-lap feature. That's going to be the final race of the evening. Race 8 out of 8, last time these guys were on the racetrack. A couple of weeks ago, June 15th, we saw a couple of exciting twin 30 races. And how about young Riley Music? Riley has taken over the points lead, and all the chaos that ensued a couple of weeks ago. Riley goes to the top. He is now the points leader for the first time in his very young career.
How about that? Riley Music, by one single point or one position on the track, now leads the Larry King Law Modifieds over Peyton Faree, who falls to second. Rick Godovic is currently third in the championship chase. DJ Valente is fourth, and Chris Roberts, I talked with Chris briefly earlier, he rounds out the top 5, just a few markers back. The top 4 are only separated by 7 points, so it's very, very close for these Larry King Law Modifieds. So we've had several different winners here this year. The driver with the most, and I say the most, he only has 2, and that's a lot, believe you me, is DJ Valente. He opened up the first 2 races the winner. The other winners that have 1 apiece include Rick Godovic. Also winner this year is Chris Johnson, and most recently, Brad Adams from Suffolk won the most recent event. Brad Adams gunning for his 2nd consecutive win. He broke a year-long winless drought a couple of Saturday nights ago. There he is here on the front stretch in the bright blue and yellow car number 3 as we prepare to go qualifying here this afternoon. As you heard Adam talk, just 1 race, 1 50-lap contest here this evening for the Larry King Law Modifieds, and they'll be coming out as the 8th and final event here of the evening. So tonight we'll continue the 74th season of competition with these ground pounders. It'll be round 6 of 2024, and it'll be their first race since 2 Saturday nights ago. It could be a quick race, just 50 laps, and they circle this track extremely quick, sub 15-second laps. But these modified race cars, they date way back to the late 40s, and they're one of the remaining NASCAR series from the sanctioning body's original season in 1948. And Adam, we know these cars go back even before then, but they are big race cars, 2,600-pound light race cars with 8-inch wheels. And those steel bumpers, I have a feeling they're going to get used tonight.
Oh yeah, you're going to see some scuff marks on these bumpers and perhaps a few deformed ones come night's end. These cars, of course, don't have fenders in the front, but these drivers have little bumper bars they can use to nudge their race cars out of the way, the old chrome horn, as they like to call it. So don't be afraid, race fans. They will be using that all race. Brian, you mentioned this race could go by in a hurry, 50 laps and 16-second laps. They could be done in a matter of minutes. So you've got to start up front because there's no invert tonight. You've got to have good track position to start off your race so you can compete for the win, because these laps will tick away and you find yourself mid-pack, mid-race, you're going to run out of time in a hurry.
That's right. Our good buddy Brandy Marshall says, "Go Riley," as she's tuned in to Facebook Live as well. All right, it is time to go qualifying, presented by Bojangles for the Larry King Law Modifieds. First up is going to be car number 18 of DJ Valente. He's been the class of the field early into the new season, 2 victories, 39 years of age from Pocosin, and he's sponsored by Mason Tile and Worley's Home Services. He's gunning for another victory this evening. Had issues in the last race and finished deep in the field, dropping him in points. As a matter of fact, he hasn't had a top 3 finish since late April, so he's hoping he can get back to the top finishes here tonight. All right, DJ Valente, lap 1 done. 17.065 seconds as he works down the backstretch, coming to take the checkered flag for car number 18, DJ Valente. Checkers are in the air. Can he pick up some speed on lap 2? And he will. 16.882 for car number 18. Again, that is DJ Valente. So good lap for car number 18. 2 victories, as we mentioned earlier. He's hoping to pick up win number 3. Next up on the speedway, just taking the green flag as he takes that car back to turns 1 and 2. He is from Corbeek, North Carolina. We're talking about Robbie Morris. Robbie Morris and the Chad Keeney Realtors J.C. Hayden Concepts Extreme Mechanical Service and Independence Ranch sponsored car for Robbie Morris. Of course, just had a little boy not too long ago. He and his wife, Courtney. Big congratulations to them as he now brings that car through turns 3 and 4. And he'll see the checkered flag waving for Robbie Morris. Lap 2, 18.093 seconds for Robbie Morris and car number 54. Peyton Faree is on the racetrack in car number 23. He has done everything but win. Adam, the last 3 races, he's had a couple of second place finishes and a P3.
And he finds himself 1 marker behind Riley Music in points. Been a good year for Peyton Faree, kind of under the radar for the 23 machine. They got 1 victory last season, and they're looking to match that this year. Haven't been able to do so yet, as you mentioned, but right now very, very quick. 16.986 seconds. That's about a 10th off the Valente lap. See if he can find it here on lap 2. Swinging it off turn 4. Can't quite get there. 16.972 seconds, just less than a 10th of a second off.
Peyton Faree from Fredericksburg, Virginia, the Bugsy's Repair Business. And doing well for Peyton Faree, hoping he can crack into winner's circle. Maybe tonight could be the night for car number 23, Peyton Furry, P2 here at the moment. The flying 11 cars on the racetrack. This is Chris Roberts. Chris Roberts, a multi-time Pepsi Grand Stocks champion. He's won countless races in the Harris Truck Shop Super Trucks, and now he's trying to get it done here in the modified division, sponsored by A. Hampton Roads Plumbing, Charlie's Repair, as Chris Roberts brings it through turns 3 and 4. Car number 11, fifth in the championship chase. He has 2 top 5 finishes this season, a best of 4th back on April the 13th. Car number 11, third fastest, 17.401 seconds for Chris Roberts. As Eric Bucklew is tuned in. Hey, Eric, our good buddy there, says, go Brad Adams, hammer down, pal. Erin Goodman, she's watching, says Riley Music or Brad Adams parks it tonight. Good luck, boys. So she's made the pick for either Riley or Brad. Adam, I don't think those are bad choices.
Not bad picks at all. Brad, of course, the most recent winner in this division. He's going to go last in car number 3, and just before him, well, it's going to be Riley Music. He's headed out next on the racetrack. Right now, it's Rick Kadovic on the speedway. P3 at the moment, 17.077 seconds. He's got 2/10 to find in order to beat the DJ Valente lap. Can't quite do it. He got half of it, though. 16.975 seconds. 3 1,000ths off of Peyton Furry.
Happy belated birthday to Rick Godovic. He just celebrated the birthday earlier this week. We talked about Riley Music is on the racetrack right now, your new point standings leader. He also has multiple runner-ups, 3 to be exact, and a third-place effort as well. That gives him 4 podium finishes in 2024, and he'll go all the way to the provisional pole. 16.877 seconds for Riley Music in car